Hey everyone, this is Amy from See Amy Draw. I wanted to come on and record a little video first. I was going to do this on Insta Stories, but realized it would probably take up so much time. It'd be much easier for me to just record a video for YouTube. So I want to talk today about, I just got this planner in. This is the Wonderland222 222 planner I ordered from the website. I just got this week. I opened it yesterday and still haven't gotten over the fear of writing in it, but I wanted to show you guys before I did the comparison between this. I had questions about the paper in this one compared to the Hobonichi, and also I wanted to show you the comparison in the layouts to the B6. This is the B6 Slim G-Boon planner. So I will show y'all that. Get rid of that because that's just pointless. Anyhow, okay, so I went through this already and I figured the best way to do it is just to walk you through what each one looks like together. Now this one, like I said, ordered from the website. This is actually two notebooks because I got the bundle. So this is the Wonderland planner and then this is the notebook. And the difference basically is this is just a notebook. It's very similar actually to the Stalogy, where it seems like it's a page a day. I haven't counted or haven't looked at, or look at that, it's got page numbers on it, which is very convenient, but it does have the timed, a timeline on these in the sidebar, just like a Stalogy does. And then there's even a space for you to write the date if that's what you want to do, but this is just a notebook. So let's just see real quick. Yes, it does go 365 days, so you could use this for a page a day if you want, and I can do something completely different where I show this in comparison to a Stalogy, but we're not talking about the notebook today, we're talking about the planner. So this is the planner, and like I said, I think it's just easier just to show you, because while the three of these I think do share a lot of similarities, there are a lot of key differences. The first one being the Wonderland planner actually starts, it has a grid background just like the Hobonichi does. And it actually starts with a key. So I guess the intention here is for anyone that uses it as a bullet journal. And then it goes into an index, which is convenient if you like keeping an index, just marking where certain important things are throughout your planner. You can do that as well. And then this one here goes into a 4-year spread. And let me show you in comparison to the Hobonichi. This is the Cousin, the A5 Cousin, which I love this size. This is A5, this is the B6. Just so you can see, there is a vast size difference here, but this does give you a 4-year spread. And then it goes into like these monthlies, where I know a lot of people will track like steps or birthdays, important dates and such throughout the year on these, which is great. And then the Wonderland does something similar, but much smaller. They fit the whole entire 2020 yearly spread on 2 pages, which is actually, I believe it's much similar to the Jibun. So let me show you this. So this one, I'm not talking about covers today, but you can order the G-Boon in like a bundle to where you get a notebook and you also get like this nice little protective cover, and it comes with this page marker that you can tuck into the back of the planner and use the elastic to hold the pages down. However, I will say if you do go that route, it will warp your pages up here or just the cover. So if that doesn't bother you, then you're fine. If you keep any top tabs up here, that will also interfere with those. But I've done pretty good. Now I will say I've done pretty good. I actually stopped using this in about March or so. Whenever we all went into lockdown, then I was just like, okay, I just stopped using it. Anyways, I think we all just kind of experienced some form of planner shift at that point in time. Anyhow, so how this one starts, the cover page, some information about the Jibun Techo, and then like they give you examples, which is nice, of how to use the weekly spreads, which is great if you need that help or if you just want some ideas. And then here's your 4-year at a glance pages. This one has 2020 on this side because this is the year that you're in, 2019, the year before, and then the upcoming year, which is a little, so this is technically 3 years, but it's still it's a lot of place. Anyhow, you do go into a similar spread. of that as the Wonderland planner. And I think here my intention was to just kind of track my moods and stuff. Obviously, I was very frustrated on February 1st. I don't know why, but I was apparently. Anyways, so it's very similar to that, to show you all three kind of somewhat together. And then this one, okay, so the G-Boon, which at first I thought this was really great. They have a lot of these pages for you to use at the very beginning of the planner. See, like for instance here, my dream, I actually had my mom, she's Japanese, we're Japanese, translate some of this for me, but I've since forgotten what half of this was. So it also has like a money plan for you to track fixed expenses and things like that. A map of Japan, because this is a Japanese company. So, and you'll also see in the back, they have quite a few pages that include the subway maps in Japan. So there's a map of Japan. And then here's a weekly plan. So this I thought was actually pretty cool that Jibun does. They include a blank weekly plan. So this is exactly what their weeklies look like for you to be able to play with the layout, decide how you're going to use it, etc. And then it goes into favorite phrases, which is nice. And like all these things, recommendations lists. My husband and I went to Disney World in February, so I just took notes, kept notes from what people were recommending us to do. There together, there's a book list, which is great. And you can even like track your ratings on these books. So that's pretty cool if you're really avid reader. Movie list, I was doing that a little bit. Gifts received, gifts given, promise list, all sorts of things. But like I said, they're all great kind of, I guess, trackers, for lack of a better term. But if you don't need those type of lists, then I guess you can cover it up with some washi tape or something. But they're there. And it goes into these. So these are the trackers. I'm terrible at habit trackers. I try, I swear I do. And then after like a day or two, I'm like, ugh, I'm done. Anyways, so let's move on from that. Here we are back in the Wonderland. So we went through the 4-year spread. We went through this kind of tracker page, which would be great for steps, moods, etc. And then it goes into a quarterly breakdown of the monthlies, which is pretty nice. So if you are tracking goals by quarter, you have these nice 2-page spreads, which gives you each month calendar, and then it gives you a section for notes, which is actually sectioned off, if you can see the darkened lines here, if you want to kind of keep separate lists or categories or whatever, you can do that too. So there's first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter for 2021, and then it goes into what's called the routine tracker and project timeline. So, which is pretty neat. I actually will probably use this for bill tracking, for our monthly bills and stuff. I'm not sure. I'm definitely not going to use it for a habit tracker because, like I said, I do like one day and then I'm done for the entire year. Anyhow, so this is what the routine, or the, I'll call them habit trackers, look like in the Wonderland planner. I like how they have them all on one page like this. So it is horizontal. You do have to turn your planner. Huge inconvenience, OMG. No, but seriously, I do like it. So it has one for every single month, going all the way through 2021 to December here. And then you go into a notes page, and then this is where things get interesting, which I just really like. So before I get into what happens after this November overview, let's take it back really quickly to the Hobonichi A5 Cousin. So we left off here. This one, the Hobonichi, goes straight into monthlies. Now this is a April start, so it's a spring edition. It actually starts in February with the monthlies, but I believe technically it's an April start. Tracking my anxiety, doing doodles on it every day. Gave up on that. Like I said, I gave up on this planner. This is actually, I use it as a memory planner. So it goes through all of the monthlies for 2021 from April all the way through, let's see, May of 2021, May for the following year. And then it goes straight into, I'm going to skip ahead a few because I'm not entirely sure what I wrote on these pages. It goes directly into the monthlies for the entire year. Sorry, not monthlies, weeklies. It's weekly, back to back to back to back to back to back, which is nice. I actually use one of these for when I was working my full-time job. This was great because I had to, we were hourly, so it was a clock in, clock out type situation. I like to track how many hours I worked every single day on these pages. If I had meetings and such, I kept them here in my weeklies, and I would reference that there. And on the dailies, after you get through all of the weeklies through March or April 4th of 2021, it goes directly into these monthly, what I call overview pages. So I'm going to just jump ahead to a blank one. Okay, so this is what they start looking like. You have this one blank page, and then you go straight into these great daily pages for every single month, and it does that for every single month. So your monthlies are all the way up here. Your weeklies are then right after that, and then it goes in straight to dailies. Everything is kind of clumped together in its own section, which if you like that, that's great. I mean, like I said, this served me well for what I was using it for my job. And then this is actually a different one where I was doing like memory keeping and stuff. Like I said, gave up on that a little too quickly. But it goes through, it has a day for every page, or a page for every day, all the way through the end of March of 2021. And then here are your notes pages. You ready for this? 1, 2, 3. Done. And then it goes into these timetables, favorites, similar to the G-Boon. But yeah, so this is what the last few pages of the A5 Cousin actually look like. Address information for people, contacts and stuff, which is nice. And then that's it. You're done. The Hobonichi does use the Tomoe River paper, which at first, I don't know if it was just because I was trying to remember what the paper looked like and couldn't, but it is a little bit of an off-white. The Wonderland also uses Tomoe River paper. It is slightly off-white. I wish I had something here. Actually, you know what? But the inside cover of the Wonderland is a very bright white. My light is not picking up very clearly because I'm having to film this in the morning. But you can see in comparison, this is a white piece of paper, and then this is the Tomoe River paper. It's pretty much exactly the same. I don't know why I thought it was different. It is really not. But I still love this paper. And I like it. I know people have issues with the ghosting and whatnot. I really don't. And let me show you. I can't remember, and I'll post in here if I can find out what type of paper the G-Boon uses. So that's the Wonderland planner. I haven't even gotten to what happens after these November overview pages. But let me catch up in the G-Boon. So here's the G-Boon again. It's got these monthly trackers that we talked about. And the G-Boon is very colorful. If you are a colorful or just love colors, this one would be great for you. This one's a little bit more plain, which I really have. I can take either one. It doesn't bother me at all. So the monthly start November 2019. This was a 2020 start. So your monthly start with a 2019 November. And then just like you see I use it a little bit, just like the Hobonichi Techo, all of your monthlies are up in the front, which is, like, again, if you are fine with that, that's great. Wonderful. However, my issue with when monthlies are in the front or weeklies are sectioned off separately is I completely forget that they exist, obviously, because I use this planner a little bit into April, I think. I can't entirely remember, and I'll find out, I guess, soon. But yeah, I totally forget about the monthlies existing whenever they're sectioned out like this. So, okay, so these monthlies will go all the way to March 2021. And like I said, this is a 2020 start. This was the Hobonichi Spring, and then this is a 2021 start. Anyhow, and then after this, it goes directly into your weekly spreads. So the G-Boon is weekly spreads, very, very, very tiny columns, which when I was using it, not a big deal. I can write small if I need to, but if you just cannot write small, I do not recommend this planner, or get it in a larger size. Anyhow, it's all timed. Here's what the bottom looks like. You can use it for moods, weather tracking, things like that. So every single day. Looks just like this. And I'll show you what some of my spreads ended up looking like. I think what made me fall out of this was that this was fun because I was in Disney World, but essentially at some point I was just writing the same exact schedule every single day. Granted, yes, I loved using the stickers. That's really why I started using it, because I stopped using stickers for a while and I missed it. But I just had so much fun just pulling out my stickers and playing with them. And I have a feeling that that is how I'll end up using this one as well. But anyhow, I decided not to go with the G-Boon for 2021. Mainly because the columns are super small, and like I said, this is about as small as I can write, and also my handwriting changes a lot. Anyways, so that's when I last used it. I tried to pick it up. I lost touch with it in May. Like I said, try to pick it up again. I just couldn't stick with it. Side tabs here, these monthly side tabs, if you're wondering, they're from Shine Sticker Studio. And then, so once you get through all of these weeklies, all the way through January 2021, yes, here are your note pages. I always like to use a pen test page if I'm not familiar with a planner. Here are your notes pages. 1, let's call this 1, 2, that's it, you're done. All right, now you have this great looking back section here. And like I said, you have all the route maps in Japan. This is a time difference chart, which is great if you find it useful. Personal information, and then that is it. However, like I pointed out earlier, this one does come in a cover. The convenient thing about that is that you can get the notebooks that go with the planner, and they tuck in super easily into the front pages. So I have one notebook there, and I have one notebook here. I just like using them. I use them for random stuff, to-dos and things, running to-do lists and whatnot. They were great, but like I said, gave up on this. This is a great planner, just throwing your, yeah, I took this out, your purse, your bag, whatever, take with you on the go. It was fine. I liked it. It was fine. However, like I said, for me, the columns were getting a little too narrow, a little too small. So I actually saw a couple people post about the Wonderland planner. I would say consecutively because it takes me a little bit. But once I saw, I think Alexa on Type A for Alexa show the actual weekly pages, I was sold. That was the nail in the coffin, and I bought it. So anyways, so how this one works out, remember we talked about how these two have the monthlies and the weeklies kind of grouped together. Or this one has the monthlies and the weeklies grouped together. This one has the monthlies grouped together. So this one, how the monthlies work out is you have a notes page, and then you have a November overview. And then you have your monthly page here. And then people are starting to wake up in my house. And then it goes into the weeklies. And you can see, I will show in comparison, you can see there is a vast difference in the width of the weeklies. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that they, this one has Saturday and gives Sunday their own space, which is great if you need that for the weekends. However, this one consolidates them into one column. So here we go all the way through November. And then at the very end of November, you have a November review page, and then you have a December review page, which is great if you like to write your goals for that month or just reflect on the previous month. Then again, you can always cover them up. And then it goes into these monthly pages again. And I can show you what the boxes, I guess, look like in comparison. I would say these are taller, but they do seem like they're about the same width. You do have a column here to write down any special events or birthdays and such for the month, just like this one has little check boxes in case you want to do like a to-do list for that month, which is great. You see the next 3 months ahead, no, 1 month prior, current month, and then the upcoming month. And then where's this one? So this is December. You see November, here's your December, and then January, the following month. So then again, just goes like that all the way through. And then the biggest, I guess, thing to note is the note section. Y'all ready for this? So it ends January 22nd, 2022. And then here's your notes pages. You have essentially a trillion of them, which is great. One thing I will note about these note pages is that, yes, it has the grid background, but you can see that there's darkened lines here. that are kind of sectioned off. It cuts it off horizontally here in the middle, and then vertically here for this top section, which I would just have to see how other people use it. I could imagine a lot of different cool ways to use that if you want to section it off. Obviously you don't have to, but yeah, that's about it. And then you have the back cover. I will say, as far as covers go, this one is a very like soft, smooth cover. It's got this great embossed gold logo here on the front, which I'm not a huge fan of gold, so I'll probably find a I have a couple covers that I want to try on this. I'll talk about covers another time, but yeah, I do think I'm gonna love this. I'm actually kind of thinking I'm gonna get another one of these for memory keeping. I would use the entire page, but like, it was just fun. Anyways, that's all I have. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. If not, I'll catch y'all next time. Maybe give an update on how this is actually going. Hopefully it lasts a little bit longer than this, but do anticipate I will be using probably a ton of washi. I love washi tape in my planners and stickers, obviously. So I'll show you guys kind of an update after I've made a decent dent in this one. I'm still getting over the blank page syndrome, so I'll give an update later. All right, thanks. Bye, guys.